General Katoch, is it too early to assess what went wrong, or is there merit in some analysts arguing that standard operating procedures were not followed here?
Thank you, Gaurav. Gaurav, whenever such an incident takes place, we talk about intelligence failure and we talk about SOPs not being followed. I'm not sure as to how many vehicles are actually moving on the road. If there was a single vehicle, there would certainly be a problem, because if a single vehicle is hit with a mine, then there is nobody there to respond to it. But having said that, I have had a look at the visuals of the place and from various TV channels. My reading of it is it was IED which was placed in a culvert or something like that, the way the damage has taken place. And I have a feeling that this IED has not been placed in a day or two. It could have been lying there for the past few years, It could have been made at the time when the road was being, when the tarmac was being laid. So all that is required now at a time and place of the choosing of the Maoist is to simply, join two wires and explode the vehicle. It can be done by any one man or one woman or a child or anybody. So to that extent, it's very difficult to detect. Okay. In my entire experience in the army, I have found detecting a mine under the ground is a very, very difficult task. That is one.
It indeed is.
Number two, it was also spoken of, that you can have mine vehicles, etc. Please take it from me, it doesn't work. That is the biggest farce going around, that if you have a mine-protected vehicle, you're safe. All that the terrorist has to do is to increase the quantum of explosives.
Absolutely.
So from 5 he makes it 10, and any vehicle will go. A tank will be blown up. So that really doesn't work. What is required is actually keeping the area under dominance day in and day out.
Now, and for that, no, but this area is also vast. But Dr. Vikram Singh, is it time then to use unmanned aerial vehicle to spot their camps, to spot their logistic bases, and then use helicopters to Russian anti-Naxal forces and neutralize the threat quickly?
Gauravji, we have had a dry run of using some technologies like the robot technology, the drone technology, artificial intelligence, but the good old time-tested technologies, not technology, but the standard operating procedure, not to use the same route which was used earlier, which was an error that was made this time, not to use the same route. Then to have whatever precautions you can take, have adequate scouts, actionable intelligence, and then you said the technology that we can use, yes, air assault unit and air reconnaissance unit also can be of very great help, as also satellite imagery. But the forested area where there is deep foliage of forest, these things will not work. Therefore, what will work is technology plus human intelligence plus the robust common sense of the totally dependent on what the terrain is like. In this case, going on foot or going on cycles, being unpredictable. This is the age-old solution, being totally unpredictable, yes. That you go by one route, return by the other, use a cycle, use some other means of transport, but certainly not the same vehicle or the same route. Now, the intelligence that we use, that has to be ensured that it is actionable. We don't have informers around us. And okay. Yes, past laurels are not a reason for us to rest in peace, for a reason for us to be lullabied into complacency.
Does that happen with us, General Katoch?
The side of disaster.
Absolutely. General Katoch, is that what happens to us? Because you know what happened at the Tarmetla forest massacre in 2010. You know what happened in 2013, the Darba Valley massacre, and multiple other instances of Maoists targeting not just security forces but also political leadership. So, sir, have no proper lessons been learned, or since battalions rotate, these lessons are lost and drills are not being followed?
No, I think the lessons have been learned, but I'll tell you what is really the problem on the ground. One, I think the way we are operating on the ground, I question that operational methodology itself. You see, we are not following a grid pattern the way the army follows the grid pattern in Jammu and Kashmir, etc., or in the northeast. So here, when you don't follow a grid pattern, and the battalions, which are deployed there, their commanding officers are not there.
Yes.
So you've got to have, operations in battalion groups where the commanding officer is there. I would be bold to say that the DIG operations and the IG operations should also be actually inside the jungles. We don't want them to be living in the capital city, in the capital of Chhattisgarh. That is not the way it works. That is point one. Number two, I think over a period of time, it doesn't matter what you do, complacency will set in with the troops. You see, they have been operating on this area for a very long time. Nothing is happening. Everything is normal. And then the chap, well, a month, 2 months, 5 months, 6 months, nothing happens. The guard goes down. I've seen this happening time and time again.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how much you motivate people, the guard goes down. Then one blast takes up and everybody's alert for the next 6 months or 1 year till another blast takes place. So this is something which I think the commanders, I would lay the, a very great deal of responsibility on the commanders at the junior level and at the battalion level.
Interesting, you should point that. So Dr. Vikram Singh, should, like in the army, officers and men, they train together, they stay together, they operate together, often, in difficult areas, living in the same tent or adjoining tents. Should senior police officers, including IPS officers, if they are in command of men, should they train and operate together? Is that a problem to fight the red terror? And, especially if their area has shrunk. I mean, you just heard the minister. He said the area has shrunk to 40 kilometers by 100 kilometers in the Dandakaranya forest where the core Maoist area is. Surely no one needs the army coming in.
You are absolutely right. This is an established internationally best practice. And if there are no officers, rest assured, I can tell you with guarantee that contingent and that group will be an orphan. Senior officers will have to be there, have to stay together, eat together, pray together, and yes, face the bullets together. If the officers are elsewhere beyond the radius of 25 kilometers, rest assured, the morale is going to be absolutely rock bottom. The officers have to be through thick and thin, and if the officers are not there, that is a horrible fault line in the entire anti-Naxal operations. Wherever I've had anti-Naxal operations or any operation anywhere, I take pains to ensure that I am leading that contingent. And if the officer is not there personally, rest assured, you cannot expect miraculous results or even satisfactory results for that matter.